Hello, and welcome to the Vandal Factory podcast with me, Henry Raby, and co-host Natalie Quatermass. On the Vandal Factory podcast, we talk about art that tries to make a difference in the world through political lyrics and poetry and stories, theatre with a message, art with community engagement, colourful activism, and embedding social justice into our culture. So normal episodes are me and Nat chewing the fat with different strands and styles and conversations and interviews and music, but we also put out these Factory Floor Cuts bonus episodes where we focus on one specific event, organisation, artist or show. And in this case, it's a question of love. Have you ever been in love, dear listener? I'm not just talking about in love with podcasts and in love with the Vandal Factory podcast, but, in love with a person. This is our second chat with Marena Riyad, who is a Palestinian stand-up comedian and playwright, as we discuss her new play, Majenin. I'm not going to go into it in this intro because we chat about it in the show, but if you do like this episode, I would recommend checking out episode 41, where we interviewed Palestinian poet Farah Shama, or another Factory Floor Cuts episode, A Grain of Sand, a play about a Gazan child. Or for more comedians, we've also interviewed Josie Long, Mark Thomas, and Andrew O'Neill. Listen, if you love us, really love us, you'll subscribe, share with your friends and networks, follow us on social media, and, send us some flowers once in a while, for goodness sake. Love you. Hello. So we're joined by Marena Riyad, who is an incredible storyteller, playwright, comedian, the femme fatale of the Middle East, as her website and her bio says. How are you doing today, Marina? How are things?
I'm doing wonderful. It's just been a lovely day. We're cracking on in rehearsals at this moment, so I'm doing very well.
Lovely
Yes.
stuff. Well, we
How are
had
you?
thanks. No one ever asked how I am. Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. I'm cracking on with admin today, so it's nice to talk
Mhm.
art at the end of a long day.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
So we chatted to you for the Vandal Factory podcast 2.5 years ago.
Right.
So listeners might want to immediately stop and go back and listen to that to be like, who is she? But for those people that are sticking with us, do you want to give
Mm.
a snapshot of the femme fatale of the Middle East?
Oh God. Listen, I don't remember what happened 2.5 years ago, let alone yesterday at this point, but I can tell you what I am, and who I am. I'm a Palestinian, born and raised between uh, refugee camp in the West Bank in Tulkarem and Texas. And
Mm.
last time you guys spoke to me, I was in Texas. Currently, I am in London, getting ready to go to the Fringe Festival in Scotland in August. I am a playwright, comedian, stand-up comedian, and actress. And I am here doing a play that I wrote called Majenin, a Palestinian love story. Um, yeah, I mean, I think the last time we spoke, I was still operating Kofia Comedy, and
Mhm.
we're the ones taking the play to the Fringe. But I used to produce comedy shows and just trying to really help shift the narrative and introduce different kind of stories and create different opportunities for Palestinian and Arab artists as a whole. And I think that this is literally what I'm still kind of doing at a different level because the play is me and two other actors. They're currently stuck in rehearsals. So if we can grab them, you guys will hear from them. But that is kind of another way that we're doing that. Still working with plays, still working with stand up. The play itself has stand up and acting in it, traditional theater. So essentially, an evolution of what it was 3 years ago is where we are now.
So was there a trigger, a moment for you to go, actually, I want to go into playwriting, or was that always something that was bubbling away, or were you like, this has to be a three-hander, that I can't tell this story solo. What was that evolution?
I think first of all, when it comes to like playwriting, a little fun fact about me is that I'm a poet. that was my first start in self-expression, before acting, before comedy. And there's a certain rhythm to it that really drew me to stand up. So I think I just enjoy live performance, and theater and stand up are just like, do you know what I mean? Like, it
Hmm.
really wasn't
Yeah.
that big of a stretch, especially because my play is kind of some of the stand up that I've been working on just expanded into a play. So I think for me it was like a natural progression. The thing that really kind of kicked it off, I would say, is actually Fringe last year. I
Mm.
was there performing, and I mean, if you go to Fringe and you're not inspired, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if you don't see a single show, walking around, you're literally in the middle of a circus.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
will be inspired,
A
huh?
chaotic circus where everyone from all over the world has come together to give you a flyer. Um,
And
and
I will be one of those people. I
hey,
have
yeah.
no shame. I did marketing, groundwork marketing when I was in college.
Mm.
Like, you know, I'm used to getting rejected for a living is literally what actors are like. Like, you know what I
Mm.
mean? So I'm going to give you a flyer. You come, you don't come. At least you heard of it, you know?
Well,
But it's a beautiful
now
place
you
to be.
can practice that pitch. So I want you to imagine that you're some this schmuck here is walking down the Royal Mile. He's got a fistful of flyers for 100 improv shows and 100 musicals, and you spot me and you're like, right, here's the pitch for Majenin.
Oh my God. I think, okay, this is so tough. I think it would just be like, have you ever been in love?
Yeah,
No? Yeah?
yeah,
Did you
yeah.
write a play about it?
No, I didn't
No?
write
Okay, well,
that.
I did. You should come see it.
Brilliant. Good pitch. I'm sold.
Thank you. 'Cause
11.
it's like, I mean, I'm not saying I'm better than you, but I wrote a play about it, so I don't think that you really were that much in love, you know? I think the lovely thing about stand-up is that you can just pick up anywhere, and the way that the script is written, luckily, there's a lot of elevator pitches in there I can take and throw around. So, yes.
I can imagine you like coloring couples as well and going like, okay, like
You
here's
guys look like you're happy. Have you
this.
ever been not happy?
Let me pitch you the other side of the
You,
coin.
you, you
Um,
remember your ex? I think let's talk about it.
well, can you tell us a little bit more then in detail about Majinin? So it's an Arabic word, is that right?
Yes, it's a fun little word that means so much, and it's so layered. Just like Arabic itself is so poetic, and it has so many layers in it. But Majanin, it kind of is rooted in this mystical kind of thing that's in relation to jinn, like this larger than life thing, but it's also just the act of going mad, and it's also in relation to the word paradise, because Janine is also means paradise, Jannah. So there's a lot of different things, but I feel like love itself is like this paradise that
Mhm.
also drives you into madness. So I find those kind of play with the Arabic words really nice with the roots of them. But the word itself, majanin, is like plural for more than one person,
Mhm.
when it comes to people, like crazy people.
Mhm.
And these are like crazy people, like that have gone mad, like in love, right? And there's a lot of traditional storytelling with like Majnun and Layla, like this guy that went crazy because of this girl, and his name is Majnun. So there's a lot of these kinds of um, mythical kind of storytelling elements of it. And Majanin is actually the name of the shared playlist between the lovers as
Right.
well. So it's like this universe that exists. And I mean, have you ever like loved someone? You end up making like a playlist with them or for them, and no matter where you come from, like even Hollywood always has like the music is such a nice way to tell someone that you love them.
Mhm.
Because if you can't do it, somebody's saying it in a way that tells it the way that you feel. And the story is about two lovers who, Palestinians, who grew up in Palestine and outside of it, and they meet in New York, and then they meet again in London, and they have like this love affair that is between like three continents.
Mhm.
And it really talks about the struggle to, and the attempt at trying to live a normal life and trying to find love in date in 2025, 26. Like this is it's difficult enough as a human being to do that, let alone when you're Palestinian. You have to deal with the generational trauma and the
Mhm.
expectations and the duty and all of these things and the responsibility and the weight of it all, that it could break anyone. So trying to really maintain a relationship that is trying to survive that, amongst all those pressures. And the way that it literally drives you into madness trying to do
Yeah.
that, where
Yeah.
like there's three actors in this, because this is told from the perspective of a female Palestinian comedian. And I really wanted to use the form of stand up because comedy and stand up has such a nice way of being able to like crack through people's expectations and
Hmm.
open up their hearts and get them to listen.
Hmm.
So, what you see is actually it begins with stand up and it kind of breaks away when she starts talking about this guy, and you get to see this lovely meet cute, and you see them falling in love, and you see her literally transforming into like two people because he
Hmm.
just brings out like this lover girl inner child out of her. And
Hmm.
then you get to see this reckoning, when there are any conflicts between the lovers, you get to see just the way that you talk to yourself. And it's really beautiful, and it's very, very, very vulnerable. It's very vulnerable. And it ends again back where it started with stand up, attempting to do stand up. um, but yeah, I think it's I would say, to summarize it, um, people for so long have only talked about Palestinians' right to return, that this is really talking about our right to love.
Hmm.
And if you really want to humanize people, you should just let them be and see them as complex, messy, crazy
Hmm.
people. And you get to see yourself in that as well. And I really wanted to just create something that really resonates with people across the board, no matter where they're from. Because if you've never fallen in love, congratulations, I'm so proud of you. You survived it. But
Hmm.
you've definitely been heartbroken, or you were with someone as a support system, right?
Hmm.
And I think the madness of falling in love is the closest thing I've ever found to really explaining to someone the madness of what it means to be Palestinian, and to cherish something and long for something and yearn to go back to this homeland that is almost like a part of you, whether you grew up in Palestine or far away. It's like this thing that drives you into madness,
Hmm.
that makes you do crazy things. And yeah, I think that's just what I wanted to share with the world.
Yeah, I read in the notes that you call it a show that refuses the lens of victimhood. It
Mm.
refuses to be, oh, the poor diasporic Palestinians who have lost their home, but boo-hoo. It's
Yeah.
showing the beauty and the ugliness and the love and the lust of being human beings in the world that have a story to tell, first and foremost as humans, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think you don't have to try to make people be humans. Like they naturally
Mm.
are. You just need to give them a space to exist and for us to witness that. Because a lot of the reasons I feel like people haven't had access to us is because obviously a very controlled media narrative. But also when it comes to topics of love and relationships, those are also very taboo in the culture as well.
Hmm.
So like we don't talk about it amongst ourselves sometimes, right? Like you'll just be on Instagram and like a girl will pop up and be like married, and I'm like, girl, you've been not there's no, like, it's just hard launching a marriage or hard launching a baby. Like you don't even you're like, what did you? My cousin did that. I was just in Palestine. I was hanging out with her 2 months later. I'm in London, and she's engaged. I was like, girl, weren't you just talking about being single? What happened?
Yeah.
What did I like? Tell me, right? Um, but I think like there's so many parts of our existence that we keep private, for many reasons, right? Culturally, that I feel like at the same time it's kind of been to our detriment,
Right.
because it kind of makes you look like the perfect victim, kind of like that's kind of the thing that we've been trained to be.
Mm.
And we don't really get the privilege to just sit with the pain and the ugliness of being actually a victim. And that is actually like showing people that we are in pain and we are struggling, but we are also persevering and we're very strong. All of these things, right?
Mm.
The complexities of that is what makes us human. And I just wanted to show that.
And so much what you're talking about is an art is a process, and it's an artistic process, and as you say, you stand up and you have other characters. I just wondered, as an artist, how have you been wrestling, unpacking these conversations? Is it with other people in the room, with directors and writers, or and sorry, and actors, or is it very much a process you go through with your laptop, with your pen and paper?
Um, I think I think the most important thing and it's really a privilege that I had to gift to myself, um, as an artist, is to try to separate myself from the outside world, even a little bit, to create this thing that I wanted to create and not get overly influenced by all these other noise. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Because everybody has their own feeling, especially about Palestine. Oh my God! Like, you can go up, ask anybody. Everybody has an opinion on it, right? And for me, my only loyalty and duty is not to anyone, but to writing a story that has heart, and it is honest, and it is vulnerable. Those are the things that I had on my mind when I was writing. So I really kept that as a close process. I had one friend who's I've worked with for many, many, many years, and he's not Palestinian, but he understands, all of this. And he sat with me and he allowed me the space to just create. And we went over a lot of it. And we're like, this is going to piss some people off. I like, but is it true?
Yeah.
But is it true?
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially because a female perspective, actually, more than anything, is unheard of when it comes to Palestinian women. You rarely, if ever, hear it. I mean, even at the Fringe, all you hear are male Palestinian voices. You don't even get to hear the female perspective. And I think it can't be that we need to silence women at the cost
Mm.
of looking like perfect victims because of this idea, like that if we just keep everything hush hush. Do you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. So for me, after writing the script, and I said what I wanted to say, and thank God I'm a comedian, because I really just kind of pulled from that as inspiration. I was like, these are the things that I want to say. These are the things that I've been observing. These are the moments that I've seen around my life from the people around me that I wanted to capture and share lovingly, right? This is not a thing that I did it to attack anyone. This is more like, this is really fucked up, but this is kind of funny. And
Mm.
this is kind of really sweet. And I just want to share with that. So I was really precious and diligent in whenever I approached a topic that I know people would be very uncomfortable talking about it or addressing it, because there's a lot. I don't want to say something that hurts my people, but also, like, my goal isn't to hurt or keep anybody safe. My goal is to be honest, and that's really
Yeah.
hard. And being in the rooms, and I've had Palestinians read some of this, and they were like, "Oh, you shouldn't say that," and I'm like, my mother said it. I can't. It's almost like a journalist. I'm like, I can't say that it doesn't exist, because when I talk to other Palestinian women, they agree with this.
Mm.
So I know that you don't like what this could possibly do, but I need to have the right as an artist to almost, I want the same rights as white people have when they create art.
Mm.
And it's not my fault that there's not enough of us that when I say something, people will take it and run with it and use that against my people, because I'm playing into the trap. For our sake, I need to let them look at me and blame me. I will take the hit, unfortunately. And it's been very, very tough standing in the room and be like, yes, I know that this is not the picture perfect image that you're trying to maintain. But I don't know what to tell you, but this is simply not what the character would say or do. Like, you know how hard that is, because they're like, you're the writer. And I'm like, I know I'm the writer. And unfortunately, I'm legally liable to make sure that these characters are not being shaved into this perfect little thing just for everybody else to be comfortable, because they're not because I don't exist to make you comfortable. So these characters also cannot exist just to make you comfortable. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
been very hard. It's been very hard.
I think that that the you said it a couple of times, is that, but is it true? And like using that as an anchor of going, well, no matter where these characters go, no matter where this story goes, no matter what needs to be said, like ultimately, like, is this a truth? And I think that's powerful thing about art. I think it's a powerful thing of stand-up. Like stand-up is meant to be, to it's the court jester, the one that's allowed to say the
It's
things
true.
that no one else is allowed to say. Um,
Yeah.
and maybe sometimes the court jester like fires in all directions, not just upwards.
Oh, you have to. That's
Yeah.
your legal. I think if I took an oath, that's what the oath would be as a comedian. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
No one
Um,
is safe, not even me. I'm not safe. I'm available to be on the chopping block as well.
um,
Yeah.
So the show's going up to the Edinburgh Fringe in a couple of weeks, and we'll put
Oh
all
God.
the stuff in the. Oh God, sorry to remind you. I'll put all the details of that in the description below for people who want to go see it and support it. But it's 11:45 in the morning. Are you?
But it's like 15 minutes till noon. I
Yeah.
mean, I was gonna message the Pleasance to be like, hey, can we start Arab time?
See what I was getting at. Yeah, just
No,
people
no, no. It starts
drifting.
11:45 a.m. It's really not that late. Like it's
Yeah,
just a nice way to jumpstart your day. I promise.
yeah, yeah.
It's a nice time to start your day. Yeah.
And you obviously been to the Fringe as you said last year. I guess like in that preparation as I've done the
Mm.
full whack as well. Just in terms of yourself as an artist, as a producer, as a creative, like what are you really excited for to catch you now at the beginning of this journey? And how are you prepping?
Oh my God. I think for me, you have to just be realistic with expectations. That's really good to know. Like my goal is to watch one show a day.
Mm,
That's it. I
hmm
don't have the capacity. And for me, it's like when I watch a show, like I want to be so present, but I
mm,
don't have the energy. So I really want to make sure I try to catch one show a day because last year I didn't get a chance to do that. I think obviously resting and taking care of myself is really important, but you just need to be realistic with what your goals are.
hmm
And for me, my goal is to do the best show I possibly can.
hmm
And that's just what I'm just grinding out, trying to make sure that the show and the story is honest and real and try to bring as much of my vision as humanly possible to life.
hmm
Because, like I said, this is the first Palestinian love story to exist between two Palestinians that
mm,
isn't a ploy to talk about something else.
mm,
And the love of that and everything is really important for me to just make sure that that's present on stage. So I think everything else takes second place to that. The Fringe is gonna be crazy. Last year I wanted to do just stand up, so this is my first time doing like a proper play. Um, I think getting reviews would be amazing. Like I have high expectations for this, but I think people have like I have a lot of people like they're really excited to see the show, and
mm.
I'm excited to see and feel their reaction.
Mm.
Um,
That's what I was wondering is also like how you do you consider the audience like for people who don't know the Fringe, they're small venues, they're tight venues, and there's a real feeling of being with an audience in those spaces. Is that something that you're really excited for, or is it that the show's the show, you take it or leave it? I suppose the stand-up element does give you still that like you got to connect with
yes.
that audience, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think my favorite thing about stand up and is that it just allows you to just be there. And from my experience, I've been doing this since like 2018, 2019, something stand up, that it doesn't matter if there's literally two people in the room or
Mm.
it's a full house.
Hmm.
It's the same kind of like, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
And that's where it begins and that's where it ends. And stand up comedy is literally our Trojan horse in this.
yeah.
So I feel like I'm able to start and really get us in a good,
Mhm.
set the tone for the show and take the people on this journey in this story and kind of wrap it up nicely in this little stand-up kind of package.
Mm,
And I feel very comfortable with that. I think
mm,
it's a nice way to introduce this story to people that are not familiar with Palestinians and they've never seen them outside of, the same lens. Um, I think we're in the 10 Dome, so it's about 70 to 80 seater. So it's a good space. So like no matter what you put in there, like it looks well. Yeah, our main goal now is just fundraising for the
mm,
show because I think one of the hardest thing is the fact that I decided to do this actually answers one of your questions that you asked is why are there three people kind of like it's a three-hander. And because first of all, like a woman, unfortunately, doing like a one-woman show is just okay. She's crazy. Like it couldn't be a love story,
mm,
even though that's what stand-up is. But like they're like, no, I
mm.
like she's crazy. But then you do two, and I'm like, no, because when you go mad, you have a million people in your head talking to you. So it's never just the two of us. When I'm
True.
crazy, there's multiple of us, right?
Mm,
And I wanted to really explore that, and I really wanted, most importantly, to create an opportunity, like I mentioned in the beginning, for other Palestinians to play a role outside of the same garbage, with
Mm.
all due respect. It's been helpful to a certain point, but we really need to start pushing the boundaries and stop playing the poor Palestinian card. Not because we're not victims, but because as victims, we also exist outside of those lenses. Like we
Mm.
also sleep in love and we do a million other things as victims. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And people need to see that. So I really wanted to give an opportunity for actors to add that to their resume and add that to their soul as
Mm.
something that they could participate in. And that is something that we have had a great response with, people being like, can I be a part of this project?
Mm.
Because they've never seen anything like it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
a Palestinian rom-com is crazy. That's actually funny. Like, yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Thank you so much for chatting to us. Like it's been, yeah, I wish there was a magic door here and I was just about to walk into the Ten Dome and see this show at 11:45. I wish, but I'm sure at some point the universe will align and I'll see it. But is there anything else you just wanted to plug, to mention about the show, the fundraiser, to point
Yes.
towards?
Yes. Like I said, this is theater is not for the weak, and neither is the fringe in creating art. And I feel like if you're interested in any capacity in really help shifting the narrative and introducing different stories and Palestinian love and giving that as a spotlight rather than just the usual storytelling, and support not only one but three Palestinian actors. I have been funding this myself, and it's been a lot, and I would genuinely appreciate if you hear this, if you can come to the show, book your ticket. But also fund, if even if you have like £5 or whatever it is, right? Just helping us fundraise. It's so crucial, because if you really want to see a difference in the world, you either got to go change the narrative yourself, or you need to support the ones that are doing it. And thank you guys so much for supporting me. And it's been many years, but I'm so glad to be back here. Um, Yes, thank you so much.
No worries. Well, all the details down. I'm pointing. It's
Yes.
an audio format, but all the
Yeah,
details
yeah.
down below in the description. Um, we always ask our guests for a banger to end on. Is there a particular song that
Mhm.
you'd like to throw at our audience of listeners?
Yeah, so there's honestly, this is a bit of an old school one, but it's the one that comes to mind and I adore it. It's called Gan Al Hawa by Abdul Halim, but it's like old classic. I mean, who doesn't love Abdul Halim? I adore him. Um, yes. Oh, by the way, the Majenin playlist, you can actually access it. You guys love music on my link tree. So if you go to Marena Riyad on
Mhm.
Instagram, um, there's like a link tree, but you can access the playlist that the lovers share, and that is one of the songs.
I'm gonna go
So
see what
you get a whole playlist, not just one song from me.
whole playlist of bangers. Are they all Arabic bangers?
There's actually some English, which is really fun, but they're usually, yeah, they're Arabic bangers, old school, new school. You get a little bit of everything.
جانا ورمانا الهوى رمانا، جانا الهوى جانا ورمانا الهوى رمانا، ورمش الأسمراني شبكنا بالهوى، ورمش الأسمراني شبكنا بالهوى، رمانا الهوى ونعسنا، واللي شبكنا يخلصنا، اللي شبكنا يخلصنا، اللي شبكنا يخلصنا، ده حبيبي
شمال بالي
يابا يابا
شمال بالي
يابا يابا شغل بالي،
رمانا الهوى ونعسنا، واللي شبكنا يخلصنا، رمانا الهوى ونعسنا، واللي شبكنا يخلصنا، اللي شبكنا يخلصنا.
يا رميني بسحر عنك الاتنين، ما تقولي واخدني ورايح فين، يا رميني بسحر عنك الاتنين، ما تقولي واخدني ورايح فين، على جرح جديد ولا التنهيد ولا عالفرح موديني، انا بسأل ليه واحتار كده ليه، بكرة الايام هتوريني، خلينا كده على طول ماشيين، ما رمانا الهوى ونعسنا، واللي شبكنا يخلصنا، اللي شبكنا يخلصنا، اللي شبكنا يخلصنا، ده حبيبي
شمال بالي
يابا يابا
شمال بالي
يابا يابا شغل بالي،
رمانا الهوى ونعسنا، واللي شبكنا يخلصنا، رمانا الهوى ونعسنا، واللي شبكنا يخلصنا، اللي شبكنا يخلصنا.
عدينا شو عدينا على بر الهوى راسينا، عدينا شو عدينا على بر الهوى راسينا، ده انا عمري معاك وهوايا هواك، عدينا شو عدينا، ده انا عمري معاك وهوايا هواك، عدينا شو عدينا، عدينا شو عدينا على بر الهوى راسينا، عدينا شو عدينا على بر الهوى راسينا، ده انا عمري معاك وهوايا هواك، عدينا شو عدينا، ده انا عمري معاك 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 خطوينا خطوينا سوا يا نسيم خطوينا خطوينا ويا نجوم السما ضمينا وخدينا بعيد وحدينا يا نجوم السما ضمينا وخدينا بعيد وحدينا خلينا كده على طول ماشيين ما رمانا الهوى ونعسنا واللي شبكنا يخلصنا اللي شبكنا يخلصنا اللي شبكنا يخلصنا ده حبيبي
شغل بالي
يابا يابا
شغل بالي
يابا يابا شغل بالي
عمل مانا الهوى ونعيشنا واللي شبكنا يخلصنا عمل مانا الهوى ونعيشنا واللي شبكنا يخلصنا
اللي شبكنا يخلصنا
اللي شبكنا يخلصنا
طوحنا 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 يا هوا يا هوا يا هوا طوحنا وأمانة ما يوم يا هوا يا هوا يا هوا تجرحنا طوحنا 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 يا هوا يا هوا يا هوا طوحنا وأمانة ما يوم يا هوا يا هوا يا هوا تجرحنا وتقربنا ما تبعدنا وتفرحنا بحبايبنا وإن خدنا الشوق خدنا الشوق خدنا الشوق ريحنا خلينا كده على طول ماشيين ما رمانا الهوى ونعسنا واللي شبكنا يخلصنا اللي شبكنا يخلصنا اللي شبكنا يخلصنا ده حبيبي